Okay, it is Friday afternoon. It is 4:10. It's been raining pretty much since about 12 o'clock. It is a whiteout, as you can see, but a whiteout is not always just a whiteout. If you have a look, you can see with your naked eye it's just white, but if you look through your camera, you look at all this shit. They think they're so smart, so covert, but they're not, because we can see them. They're covered by all of this, but they're there. They're here. They had huge dragon ones that came over before the hail, before the rain. So it's been a whiteout, but it hasn't always been raining. And so I took heaps and heaps and heaps of photos. So I'm just downloading those all now. There's lots of symbols, lots of skulls, lots of things that I didn't want to see, things that I don't know who they might be from. There's things I haven't seen before. It's just not very nice. But then there were some of the familiar ones that I see on an ongoing basis. Like these here, they're the proby looking ones. Don't really like them. I think they're quite, terrifying to look at, because you can imagine, that they can move and they can manipulate them. Something like that Dr. Octopus, whatever he is, Dr. Octavius out of Spider-Man, when he becomes the Black Spider-Man, when he becomes a symbiote with, the good Spider-Man and the bad Spider-Man. And you have to think, all of those things. And I've been saying this for a while, is it just someone's vivid imagination, or is this something that somebody has actually seen somewhere in history that's been documented? Because these things are quite intimidating. Like, look at the length of that one. It's sticking out. If that was to come over here, it honestly would not be that far away from that building down there. So I don't want it to come over here. But that's when they rotate, they turn on the angle. So I saw that this morning when I was videoing one. That was before the big whiteout happened. So this has been building for a while. It's never a dull day. I'll say that, never a dull day. Between the UFO last night, between all the strange glitches with things, with the whiteout, to the black crafts, the big crafts, the markings, the symbols, the signs, all the different shapes, all the different faces, orbs, you name it, everything's happening. And it's just one small part of the world that this is happening to. So look at the angle that's on. Like, I'm not moving the camera, I'm just patting it across. Just look, I'm following the tree line with my camera, and it's on a complete and utter angle. It's like it's ready to shoot up or ready to shoot down. I'd like to think it was going to shoot up, because shooting down, there's people there. It's not going to be a very good experience for anybody. It's just freaky. It's just weird as shit. It's just unbelievable. And they think a little bit of whiteout is going to make them covert or invisible. No, no. Maybe if you're down on the ground, or if you're ignorant and stupid. But if you have an inquisitive mind and you're willing to put the time and the effort in, you can see so much stuff. It's unbelievable. Who needs to be a detective when you've got all this right on your doorstep? Like, look at that. From where I am, it sort of looks like a tree. The base of a tree hanging over on one end, it looks like a tree. An upside down tree. But that's just the parts of it that I can see, that my brain is fitted out, controlled, or set up, primed, I should say, is a better word, is primed to see it to be. So that way it's not anything that's going to be nasty or intrusive. And this here, what with my brain, I'm looking at it with the naked eye. I see it as either a lizard or a dragon, and the white thing above it makes it very hard to distinguish what it is. But obviously it's a marking on whatever the craft is underneath, and they've just covered these white blobby bits on each end. So they've got one here and one there at each end to make it look like the greyish ones, to make it sort of mask it, so you can't see what it is. So you think, oh, was it a dragon or was it a butterfly? You don't know what the hell it is. It's the masters, magicians. They're using all the classic tricks, misdirection, confusion, sleight of hand. They're doing everything, and people aren't even aware. Subliminal messages, no doubt. Everything. And occasionally, sometimes, there was over here this morning, we had all the white ones were up over here, all the white ones were here, and all the dark ones were over here. So I don't know if they were going to have a battle or have a fight, or whether they were having a standoff. I don't know what they were doing. But then all of this happened, and there was a whole heap of the black stuff, but it wasn't cloudy because obviously it was the air's quite heavy because it's got moisture in it. So it sort of had a different appearance. It had that really, really sticky, tacky appearance. So did they have a battle? Did they have a fight? I don't know, but this is being covered over now. So they're covering it over. They're like, oh no, got to cover it over. That's okay. They can cover it over. Tomorrow they'll be back and I'll get more pictures of it. And each day I'll get a little bit closer and they'll have a little bit more poking out, or the coverage will be different, and it'll end up, I'll end up with the full picture. It just will take time and effort, like everything else, like a jigsaw puzzle. Soon it will all be put together and we'll know exactly what the big picture was that we've been putting together since things started. And to think that these, this is just one group of them, that they're everywhere. I know it does a lot of people's head in. It sort of does my head in, but at the same time, whilst it does do my head in, it gives me comfort knowing that I'm not the only person that's experiencing this. There's other people out there in other parts of the world, maybe the other parts of my country, maybe just down the road, maybe in Brisbane, maybe in Melbourne, I don't know. I've got my information on my YouTube channel on the About Me, and so if anybody wanted to communicate with me, pass by some thoughts or suggestions, I'm all for that. Yeah, I've got no issues with that at all. So this one here, this big one here, he's on the move. He's taken off and he's moving. Is he going to come over here? Let's see if he'll come over here. See, he was attached to that thing and now he's moving. Okay, I'm not moving the camera, he's moving. Whether he's attached to one of those big pole things, I don't know, or whether he's just going to free float and come over here on his own, I don't know. Looks like he's headed sort of this way. If he turns around, then I know he's definitely coming here to either flash me, orb me or something. Because he knows that I shouldn't say it, because that makes, but it's a living being. No, he's parked himself now. But they look almost like faces with teeth and eyes and a nose. So they're very, very familiar to look at. Oh, now he's backing up. He's docking himself. Look at that. Because there's one right to the left of him. He's docking himself up. So now there's two of them there. So he repositioned himself. He was like, oh, I'm over the line. Yep, they said, sorry mate, you're in the disabled spot, you've got to move. You can't be there, we're going to fine you. I don't know, I've got to turn it into far jest. I've got to laugh about it because it's, very imposing yeah, so they've sort of blended into each other now. But they're the ones that were over here earlier. They're the ones that look like the dragons. They look like they have their mouth open. They're quite realistic dragon-like when they don't have the white crap all over them. When that foam stuff comes over, they're grey or black or darkish underneath, and they look like they do have eyes. And they sort of do have teeth, as you see. It sort of looks like they do have, you know, some teeth, which is, I suppose, more like a Chinese sort of type of dragon than it would be a mythical dragon from Lord of the Rings or something like that. But, you know, hey, that's just what I'm seeing today. Other days they've looked exactly like that. Something from medieval, you know, times. Okay, so they've moved way back now. They're moving all the way back. So this one here, is this one going to rotate? Because normally so look how far back they are now. They've really just sucked in. It's like zoop, they've zoomed in like they've been sucked in like a vortex. Is this one going to rotate? Let's see if he rotates and aligns himself straight. Where's his head? There's the head of it there. So my cat's come out here to see what I'm doing. It's been, all the birds have been dive bombing the balcony, and he's sort of been on the inside dying to get out here. And I'm like, no, you're not going out there. Nope, sorry mate, you're not getting out there. Okay, no, he's staying in that position. They're parking themselves for the night. So yeah, they're shut down. Look, they're really covered over with all the foamy stuff now to blend in with the, you know, obviously it's not nighttime yet, but you know, they're going to be blending in very nicely. You can still see underneath, you know, there's some darkish bits and still some bigger bits up here, some markings, etc. But if we go over this way, we'll still have a few really big ones over here. So I'll just pan out a little bit. They haven't done anything yet. Maybe they were parked already, or maybe they've got something that they need to do. I don't know. See, it looks like it's got a thing sticking out over here. I don't know. Oh, is that a swirly thing there? Oh, he might be the one of the swirly ones. Oh, okay. Gonna be like that tonight, is it? Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not. At least if I pull back, I'm not going to lose them, because you know it's not the light that is showing them up. It is their darkness that is showing them up. So it's the opposite to nighttime. Nighttime. Yeah. So it's whatever that's different about them that shows itself. So there's another one there. So we've got those two still over there, parked together, all sort of blended together, but it's really pushed all the way back. Even that one's pushed back now. See, as soon as I take my eyes off them, they move. So he's not attached there anymore. Before he was coming back all the way over here. Don't know what that is. It's one of those net sort of type things. I don't like the look of those. They have like crystal bits in them. They remind me of something that you do for a spell. Something that, you know, I think is a bit evil by design. So yeah, I don't particularly like those. Whilst they're sort of like a cobweb, they're quite attractive. But when you look at the formation of them, and the fact that they have little crystals to symbolise things, to make things stand out or highlight more, that worries me. But they're up to no good with that. But anyway, I'm going to go inside now. I just thought I'd pop out and see what they were doing out here. But you know, they've gone and parked themselves up for the rest of the day. Whether they'll do anything later on, I don't know. Will I be back later? I don't know. But yeah, just crazy as, unbelievable. absolutely batshit crazy. No bats tonight because it's wet. The bats don't like it when it's wet. Makes their fruit, maybe they can't hold on to it too good. But yeah, no, there'll be no bats tonight, so I won't be batshit crazy. I'll just be downright crazy. That's a different one I'll be. Okay, well, have a fantastic weekend for you guys because it's Friday where you are. Have a great weekend and yeah, keep your head above water, keep strong, keep safe, keep brave, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.